Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy FlyIsland Guy. Welcome back to my channel, or just straight welcome if this is your first time checking me out. It's a beautiful day here in Caracas, and of course, as you can see, we are in the BN-2 Islander. This is the new and improved BN-2 Islander from BlackBox Simulations. This is version 1.1.2, and I saw recently that there was a 1.1.0 update, which I missed as well. So we're going to take this plane for a spin today. We are going to be going from Caracas over to Bonaire. Oops, sorry about that. Yeah, so we're going to be heading from Caracas over to Bonaire. This is about an hour flight in total. Roughly 1 hour 15 minutes from gate to gate. So an hour flight is a bit of a reach for the BN-2 Islander. It's normally used for really short hops, but we'll see how this goes. As usual, this is one of our Caribbean Adventures videos, so we're going to be flying out over water for most of it, but here in Caracas, I'm actually really loving this default scenery. It's looking beautiful, man. I'm loving the hillside. The airport looks great. I just love mountains. I love flying around the mountains, so that's pretty cool. So we'll see how things go. Let's see. In the meantime, we are pretty much ready to go in the aircraft. We've got our flight plan in, and once we get up in the air, I'm going to just talk about some of the little changes that have happened in the cockpit. There's been a bunch of fixes and additions, but yeah, we'll talk about those. But for the most part, to me, everything pretty much looks the same. So, all right, let's get this aircraft fired up, and we will get out of here. So, we are going to turn on our beacon, just right there. So make sure that's on. It's flashing on the top. Let's get all the doors closed, and we will head up here. Fuel pumps are on. Let's see. Not sure we turned these guys on. I don't remember that. Fuel valves. I don't really know what these do, but we'll see what happens. So let's go ahead and let's get our magnetos on. As usual, I'm going to apply a little bit of throttle before we start the engines. And let's move the props up a little bit as well. So I think that's going to alleviate some of those engine start issues that we have. So here we go. Right. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And left engine. Magnetos on. Awesome. Gonna open the window for now, just to get some cool air while we taxi. I still always wish that there was a change in sound when the window is open. There are some other add-ons add-on aircraft for FS 2010 where you can actually hear that difference when you open the window. But it's a minor addition. I'm not gonna knock them for that. All right. Taxi lights on. reflector, cabin lights, strobe lights, don't care, don't care. We can move our props to full forward. And let's go idle. One thing that I always forget to do is to check how we actually get to our runway that we're going to take off on. Here in Caracas, there's actually 2 runways, which is interesting. Runway 9 and runway 10. We are leaving runway 10 today. So here we are. So we're going to be heading kind of off to our right to take off. And let's see how things go. Parking brakes released. Everyone is having a good week this week. I am actually just taking it easy. I'm between jobs right now. I start my new job on Monday, so I've just been trying to really just take it easy. So I like moving around in these foreign airports. This is actually an airport I wouldn't mind flying back into at some point. Just because I feel like that is going to be a very beautiful approach. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, so according to this, there should be a turn off somewhere up here, so we can get back onto runway 10. Although I'm not 100% sure where it is. There we go. Scenery is looking awesome though. We dropped a notch of flap. Let's see how it looks. Yep. So all good to go for takeoff. Get our landing lights on. And we can go to pulse as well. Oh. So Caracas has a very long runway. This one is about 11,000 feet. So in this tiny plane, we are going to be not using up any of that. So here we go. It looks like we're not going to be heading through the mountains. We're going to be taking off and making a left turn. And we'll actually be heading up to 10,000 feet today. That's where we're going. So let's just get that in. Forgot to do that before we got moving. Alright, 10,000 feet is our cruising altitude. And okay. Once we get going, we'll set our vertical speed, and we will on nav mode as well once we get near. Alright, good to go. Rotated about 55. It is now. Just trimming things out. As I mentioned before, there's no the landing gear is fixed on this aircraft, so no gear up. Look at that, man. Awesome. Beautiful views. Mountains, so we'll make that left turn. Just fly it by hand for now. Man, look at that. I actually just updated my flight simulator. I don't know what they did, but man, this looks absolutely awesome. Like I'm blown away right now by the detail. So I just raised my flaps. Sorry. This is awesome, man. Also forgot to close my window again. I really need to stop opening it. I'm not gonna take off with the window open like that. Alright, so we're just steady climbing right now. What I'll do is just gonna go ahead and engage autopilot, and we'll go into nav mode. And we'll do about 400 feet per minute as our vertical speed. Now what is going on right now is, this is what I don't like sometimes. It's actually going back to our initial waypoint, which I don't want to do. So I am going to do a direct to, and I don't know how to actually choose the waypoint. Whatever. It's gonna turn now and head back anyway. But yeah, that's why I did that just now. Regardless, it's all good, no big deal. bring our prop RPM back and adjust the engine mixture as well. Still don't quite know what I'm doing with that. Still work though. Alright, so in terms of what has changed for this aircraft, so yeah, in terms of what's changed for this aircraft, if we go into the BlackBox Simulations page and just take a look, there has been a number of fixes and additions over the past couple versions, and actually let's do this. Yeah, so in terms of some of the main features, I don't think anything that they've done has been kind of groundbreaking or whatever, in terms of how the plane looks or operates, but there have been some minor changes. Now, if you remember, there used to be 2 switches here that control the visibility of the right and left yokes. Those are gone now. Now it's more just how it works for most of the other airplanes. You can just click on these guys, make them appear and disappear. Also, the Garmin is now controlled by the aviation master switch as well. I don't think it was initially. I think normally when you turn the battery on, this automatically came on, and then you use the avionics master switch to get the rest of it working. So I think now it's all powered by the aviation master switch. Outside of that, there's other things that have been added, like automatic barrel setting, windshield icing, what else? Let's see. Some fixes to the exterior model. Now, one of them that they said they fixed, but I don't see it, is here. So see how the nose is super pointy? Now, I could have sworn they said that there was a fix for that inside here. To me, it still looks the same though. A little too sharp. I'm pretty sure this isn't how it's actually supposed to look, but that's how it looks still. Once again, for me, this is small potatoes. I don't really care about that. Camera config is reworked. What else? There's a whole bunch of little things here and there. Nothing really super major. But for me, this has been a pretty solid aircraft out the box, so I'm not really expecting too much changes. Or sorry, not that I'm not expecting too much changes, but I'm not really. I don't really feel like there's too many things on here that needs to be fixed. This aircraft is pretty solid out the gate for me. So outside of that, that's pretty much it, man. It's pretty good weather overall. Let's check the weather in Bonaire right now. If I can bring it up. So TNCB, the weather in Bonaire, we are looking at scattered clouds at 2,000 feet. The wind's out of the east at 17 knots. Visibility is about 6 miles, 30 degrees C, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. It is a warm day in Bonaire today, so yeah, that is good stuff. So we are pretty much expecting a very uneventful flight as we head to 10,000 feet. So I will catch you when we are descending into Bonaire. We will go over our approach plan. We're not doing anything crazy. Today we're going to be heading into runway 10 again. We departed runway 10. We're heading to runway 10 in Bonaire, and we're going to be doing the RNAV approach just to keep things simple. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty boring flight for the most part, and it's going to be mostly water, so I'm not going to keep you guys around for that. We shall come back soon. As I said, when we get back, we'll be descending into Bonaire, so I'll see you guys then. Take care. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've started our descent into Bonaire. We had to dive a little faster than I wanted to. Well, not dive, but we had to descend a little faster than I wanted to because I started my descent late. But in general, in terms of what we're doing, we're actually heading towards the Davao waypoint. We're descending down to 3,000 feet, and once we get there, we're just going to be heading towards Mobo, descending down to 2,500, and then turning right. And we're going to be heading for runway 10, aiming for 2,000 feet, and we'll probably fly in visually from there, go in for the landing. Pretty straightforward approach. Apparently there is a warning about tall vessels when you're approaching runway 10, but don't really have any vessels by default like that in FS 2020, so that shouldn't really be an issue. We're leveling off now at 3,000 feet, and actually got there just in time. About 1.5 nautical miles to Davao, which is absolutely perfect. Alright, so we're making the next turn to Mobo, and you can just do a shallow descent down to 2,500 feet. Not a huge deal. Doubt you can see the airport from this far away, just due to the draw distance, but airport should be like out here somewhere, I believe. What's weird though is that we're getting some weird well, what I call beautiful day, thunder and lightning. Like, I don't really understand why that happens in FS 2020 where you see thunder and lightning, but it's like partly cloudy, like no rain clouds in the area. Probably some kind of bug, but it's all good though. If you look at Navigraph now, you can see we are just heading for a Mobo now, and we're just going to make that right turn and do our final approach. So, not really expecting anything tricky or weird. What I like to do though is before I land, just have a look at the airport. This one here. I've been to Bonaire once, a long time ago. On the way to Curacao, we just kind of stopped to drop off some passengers, and yeah, I remember it being just one very long runway. I think we were flying in a DC-9. Talked in a previous video about ALM. I believe that's the airline that we were flying, which now doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, and it stopped here, dropped off some passengers, and then we took off again. So the Islander is slow enough. Let's see if we'll be able to just turn left once we land pretty quickly. Our airspeed, should be low enough for that, so shouldn't really be an issue. All right. 1.6 nautical miles away. And we're about to make that final turn. I believe the runway is probably like out here somewhere. Can't see Jack from here. There we go. Descent to 2000 and I think the runway is straight ahead. It's right there. Now, I don't know if this approach has vertical guidance. We shall see. Just gonna go into approach mode. I actually have no idea if this approach has vertical guidance. It says it's an RNP approach, which I actually have no idea what that is. Garmin has it listed as an RNAV approach, so required navigation performance. Yeah. Maybe it is a type of precision approach, I have no idea. Yep, we have captured the glide path. Awesome. So I'm going to go full rich and props full forward. Flaps extend speed is 88 knots, so I'm just gonna dial back the throttle until we actually probably get below 100 knots. You don't really need to do anything crazy in this aircraft for approach. We don't even need actually this long a distance to approach the runway. It's pretty easy. It's a pretty easy to handle aircraft, and we could have come in much closer and just turned and landed if we wanted to. But I am not that adventurous, so we will follow the rules like a good boy. Seeing 4 reds right now, which is making me a little nervous because we're heading to 500 feet very quickly. So I'm going to disengage the autopilot. And just fly this by hand. Not sure why our instruments are trying to kill us. Sorry. All right, one white. Two whites, two reds. Alright. Now we are sort of left of the runway. Not getting a little low again. Back to two white, two reds. Smooth landing, hopefully. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bonaire International. Definitely don't need all this runway. Yeah, we actually came in pretty fast for this aircraft, so this is a shorter approach with a definitely shorter runway, smaller airport, everything. It would have definitely come in a lot slower. So. So let's taxi to the terminal building. Turn the taxi lights off. What kind of jet is that? Alright, got some marshals here, so I'm just gonna make a U-turn. Cool. All right. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the flight. This is a very uneventful flight from Caracas, and I realized after the fact I should have used the time in Caracas to take some more cool screenshots, but it's all good. Let's open up all the doors, let the people out. But yeah, this has been great. Update to this aircraft has done nothing but improved it. Not that it was bad to begin with. So anybody, if you are going to or if you're interested in getting this aircraft, I still say go for it. Flight dynamics are great. It flies really well. Very easy to operate, looks good, and should satisfy all of your island hopper needs. So this is your boy FlyIsland Guy. I will catch you with another video soon. Stay safe, and most of all, stay fly. Peace.